All right, ready for this? Another sound exchange session? Yeah, maybe. All right. We got a good one for you guys. This one here is, what would the adult you tell the younger you? Maybe like the teenage you. And I've been thinking about this, and it's both music related and life related. And so I, growing up as a kid, never would have thought like music stores would disappear. That sort of lifestyle of going there, getting the physical stuff, and it's like, I'd love to tell my younger self to relish that more, experience that more.
I don't think I'd listen to anything that the older me had to say.
Right? Is it because you as a kid rejected
Anything that anybody else
said?
had to say, I immediately rebelled against it. If somebody told me to do something,
Right?
I didn't do it. I waited for my time to get it done, and that kind of makes you. I don't know. Is it dickish?
No.
I would probably tell myself, don't do anything differently.
You see, but here's what I think. You knowing that your younger self was like that, you just tell yourself the opposite.
I don't know if I would have learned as much as I learned if I didn't do it the hard way.
Right?
Which was
Is there
fucking rail and rebel against everything.
Is there any part of that rebelling against that you think maybe you shouldn't have done, or that you, I don't know, would it change?
There's only one thing I can think of, and
Right.
it's just advice based on love and things.
Well, that was my next thing.
I dated a girl for 4 years in high school, and I fucking ruined it.
Yeah.
And I ruined it because your parents, they didn't, your whole family, you don't know what love is. What are you doing? You should wait. There's
that's
more
what they were
fish in the
saying?
sea. That's what my mother said, my father said.
Yeah.
And I'm really sure that I probably would have been with that girl till this day if I didn't listen to all of that bullshit.
Well, yeah, why is it that people always say when you're in high school, oh, wait, go off to college, everything's going to change? I ended up dating a girl who broke up with her boyfriend because she was graduating high school, and so she had broken up with her boyfriend so she could go away to college free. And it was like, what is that? Why would you think that? I mean, if you're in love with someone, you like someone, it's like, well, I'm going to college. I have to like cut and sever ties.
I felt like it was beaten in my head. You don't know what love is. And I would fight against it. You're wrong. I do.
Right.
But those things slowly seep into your being, and it turned me into a relationship dickhead. And that just, it wasn't cool. And
So I mean,
I
might
would tell
tell
myself,
yourself, don't
I would
listen
say,
to
listen,
that.
I would say, you're right. See you later, Bobby.
Have a good one,
You're
man.
right. You know what you're doing.
Right.
You know what your heart says. Follow your heart always.
That was going to be what I was going to say.
Yes.
It's just in a life lesson, whether it's to follow your heart or follow what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what's inside you. Be yourself. Always be yourself, kind of thing. I think for me, one of the things that I learned long afterwards is that the awkwardness that I felt as a kid, everyone feels. You look at someone that's completely perfect and got it all together, and yet they
feel just maybe more awkward than we, or they feel as awkward as we do. It just, they use it differently. They feel it differently, which might be deeper.
Maybe.
Might be a little less deep. Who knows? But
some
they
people
still feel it.
Some people just hide it better.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and we're not talking,
Right.
I'm not going to say, well, you're not as good because I'm at 99 and you're 98. No,
Right,
motherfucker.
right.
We all have that.
We all have it.
Yeah.
And I didn't.
And it gets worse as you get older.
I know.
But I feel more awkward now than I ever have. Right.
But now we talk about it. Right. As adults, we don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And so I will tell you something. You'll tell me something. And I've long since learned. Oh, we all feel like this. Everyone. Every girl I've dated, I've ended up having these sort of personal conversations with, and find out, oh my God, they were just as awkward or shy at the beginning, couldn't read the signals, didn't know if I liked them, didn't like all that sort of stuff. And you realize that the things that you're feeling inside, that you might think you were the only one in the whole world. Everyone.
Every single one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't have anything together. I've never had anything together. I have moments
that you're
where
together.
shit's together.
Yeah, right.
But, overall it's not.
It's not. Everyone is juggling something. Everyone's going through something. everyone has their issues, their ailments, whatever it is that might be, inside them that's bothering them, and you're thinking like, oh, I've got this pain and no one else has this, and how could I possibly go on living like this kind of thing? Everyone has it.
I learned early that everybody has that pain, so I've always been
cognizant of it. And,
yeah,
tried to be aware of what other people are going through.
Yeah, always, because I don't ever want to fuck with somebody who, I know what it's like. So I'm not gonna put anybody in a worse place than they're probably already in.
Right. Another thing I'd go back and tell myself, though, and this is, it goes along with that same line, but in terms of music, I remember being, for whatever reason, I don't know why, embarrassed that I was a fan of Motley Crue. It didn't seem cool, at least around the kids that I was with at my school, that sort of thing. And I was always kind of a little embarrassed of the music I listened to. Like, the stuff I listen to isn't cool. What they're listening to is cool. I'm not cool because I don't listen to that. And later on finding out that, well, not only was the stuff I listening to was actually cool, but don't worry about stuff like that.
Yeah, my cool is not your cool,
Right.
And who am I to take anything away from your cool, and who are you to take anything away from my cool?
Right, exactly.
What gets me up out of bed in the morning? Some days, it is Primal Scream by Motley Crue.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because you feel that broke dick dog line
I
more
love,
than
oh
anything.
my goodness, that line. I was just listening to Decade of Decadence,
That's
too.
how I move through
Yeah.
life every day.
God, that opening riff on that bass line on that, and
Oh,
the slide
God
guitar.
damn, as soon as we're done with this video, we're putting that song
Put that on, absolutely.
I would.
Right?
Yeah, shit, I don't know what to tell you. What to tell yourself?
No,
I would
I know.
tell myself,
Yeah.
follow your heart.
Follow your heart.
You're. First, I would start by you're right.
Yeah. You know more than you think you know.
Yes.
Even if it's not, say, street smarts or book smart or whatever that kind of life lesson, what's inside you? What's telling you to be a particular way?
Follow
Or
it,
just
man.
Follow it. Do it.
Because it's usually right.
Right. I agree. And likewise, just for the video and for people who are watching, and so the purpose of doing this is really to say all those same things to yourself now.
Yeah.
To the people that are out there watching that,
I was never really embarrassed by music when I was.
No?
I got railed on for so many things,
Mm-hmm.
but I never hid the music that I liked.
Yeah.
I was not afraid to be a Madonna fan and a John Mellencamp fan with the metal guys or the hardcore guys or the punk rock guys or just the regular burnouts.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, I didn't give a shit. This is what I like.
Yeah. I luckily didn't have anyone making fun of what I was listening to, and so that's why I say I don't.
It was like getting stones thrown at you, but I had a force field.
Yeah.
And they just bounced off, and I laughed at them, and I said, "You're missing something, not me."
Yeah, and they later on caught up and realized that
Now,
were.
guys singing along to John Mellencamp songs, I just look at them and I don't say it out loud.
Right,
Sometimes I do, but in my head, hey man, where are we now?
Right, exactly. Right, where are we now?
Yeah.
And that's true too. That everything catches up at a certain point.
A good song is a good song.
All the time. Doesn't matter. Right? Doesn't matter who does it. That's why cover songs work. When people, take a hit that was a hit 20, 30 years ago and redo it and it works, or even the pop artists and hip hop artists today, if they sample a portion of that and put it in.
Yeah.
Good
You were picking up Gaga today, right?
I am picking up Gaga,
So-
yeah.
Man, she has great songs. I can't do it.
Right? Okay.
But man, that shit comes on, I'm not turning it off
Right?
because some of her songs are just so.
I like
Great.
that 80s throwback element that she has.
That's a lot of that catch, right?
Yeah, that's what brought me into it. And
Charlie XCX got me that way. Two records, not all
I may
of them.
have to, and I may have to check that stuff out. But I've always
Crash and Sucker.
Okay, and it's taken me a long time to really sort of get into her. In fact, the new album that she just put out is the first time I'm buying an album at its release time.
Charlie?
No,
Gaga.
Lady Gaga. So up until this point, it's like I've liked a song here, I've liked a song there, but it's like, oh, but that's dance music, and I don't listen to dance music, sort of thing. But every time it's on, it's really good, and I started streaming it a lot more. And I just was like, what? I fucking love this stuff.
Fucking love it.
Who cares? I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not afraid to say that I like Lady Gaga. And people on my channel know because I raved about the new album when it came out. It just hit me the right way. But it took a long time to be able to tell people, show people, especially on the channel, what it is I really like and not worry about it. And then I found, hey, there's a lot of people out there that are like that stuff, that have wide tastes, that love metal and 70s rock, and then dance music and new wave and just whatever the other styles are, right? But I didn't know that kind of stuff growing up as a kid, and so I don't know. I think I would just I would tell myself to enjoy particular era, time of music, like 1987 to 89 more, because again, I didn't know that stuff was going to disappear. I love that era of music for myself. And
I would tell myself to just, again, with music, just follow your route. They used that for what I listened to when I was a kid, man. I got the F word, sissy, pussy.
Yeah.
I got hard and bombarded just because I was a fucking Madonna fan.
Yeah,
right.
You're different.
I can't listen to Motley Crue and Madonna. I can't listen to Pearl Jam and Madonna.
That was a weird
time. I can't listen to the Chili Peppers and John Cougar.
Right. No.
Right. It automatically makes me a pussy.
That's right. You had to be on one side.
It was a
or
very
the other.
yes. It was a hard time, and that also made me stand up and puff my chest out more.
Right.
Okay. Whatever you call me, that's what I am too. I don't care.
Right.
Because music moved me that much, and shaped all of the things in my head to have that tougher skin, especially when it came to it's like a chick, like if you're with a woman and you love her that much,
right?
That's it.
That's all that matters, right?
Music did that for me, where you cannot say anything
that would change
about
your opinion.
That moved me.
Yeah, I agree.
That made me less moved by that person, right?
That's true.
You cannot move me off this path because it's an unmovable path.
Right. No, that
you're the one missing out.
And that's amazing that you already had that feeling yourself.
What's up, brother?
Hey,
Brandon,
how are you?
Doing?
Good.
Yeah.
That you had that feeling and were able to do that, because I would definitely go back and tell my younger self to not let what anyone says
I feel
make you
more
feel,
for that. That sucks.
Make you feel as though that music isn't right or good or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's a sense of shame, and I don't want nobody should feel shame.
No, you should just. Anyone should just be able to enjoy what they like. Period.
One great thing about the last 15 years is that we have that. We we'll still rib each other as friends.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
I'll never stop ribbing Mitchell about Yoko Ono, but man, I love that he loves Yoko Ono that much. It moves him that much.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Were there any shows that you didn't go to that you wish you had gone to? You tell your younger self.
I wish I had snuck out of my house when my father told me I could not go to Nirvana in '93.
And see that, right. And so you go back, tell your younger self, sneak out, you got to do it.
Yep, I wish I went to more
means.
Pearl Jam shows back in the early 90s. I went to shows all the time.
Right.
But there was just, when you think back, how did I miss this? Why did I not see this band 5 more times?
Right. I luckily did that.
I
literally looked back and can't think of a single artist that I didn't see that I wish I had or something. And that really was just the nature of having a lot of venues around. It didn't cost a lot, $10-12 to go.
It cost you $1 to get to the city.
Yeah.
A Rage Against the Machine ticket was $10 to $16 at Roseland Ballroom in '92.
Can you believe that? Oh my God.
Yeah, man.
Not these hundreds of dollars that tickets cost today.
No, I still have ticket stubs that are under 10.
Yeah, I've got Guns N' Roses for $13.
Yeah.
So go figure, right? Well, bottom line is that whether what we're feeling today or what we would tell ourselves back then, though, I think just to be
don't let shame exist.
Yeah.
Shame's going to exist, but
you don't have to accept
it's okay.
it and be yourself.
Yeah, everything is okay.
And don't let those people out there that are being the dicks get to you.
Yeah.
Right? It's like at a certain point, everything levels out. Balances out.
Everything does balance out.
All those cool kids from back in the day eventually just become like you are, and everything's even keel. And
I see a lot of those people nowadays.
I know, right? And they're not the cool kids anymore.
No.
Yeah, their dream. Well, not their dreams necessarily. I mean, a lot of that stuff is things that I won't say we put on them, but it's like I look at the popular kid and you think, oh my God, they got it all together. They're going to go everywhere. They're going to get all their dreams coming true, right? But they're just like you on the inside. They don't have anything together, and they're as awkward and whatever. And, you know, that's what I'm saying. So, like, as we've gotten older, I've noticed that, like, it just is all balanced out in the end. So, and I guess going forward, as we like to say now, you know,
be the change you want to see.
Be the change you want to see, right?
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, what is the thing you would go back and tell your younger self? Is there a show you missed you would have wanted to go on to? Should you have spent more time
I would tell myself
in
to
record
save more money.
stores? Save more money?
Yeah.
Ah.
I would have told myself, buy property as soon as you can.
Oh, yeah, right. Or invest in Apple, or whatever. Right. There's stuff like that too, of course. Certainly.
The Great Almanac of the Back to the Future.
That's right. 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 Let's do that. All right, everyone. Take care. Have a good one. We'll be talking to you real
See you
soon.
later.
Bye-bye.